welcome to Design It with Tammy Gibbs. I'm Tammy, and today I'm going to be working inside Artistly 5, and I'm going to be showing you how you can get 5 times revenue potential out of just one design. That's right, I'm going to take and we're going to come up with one really cool design, and I'm going to show you how you can multiply that to make multiple products to do 5 times potential revenue with that one image. So I'm going to be working inside the AI Artist Playbook, and we're going to be going into Create Design, Fast Image Designer, and what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be starting from scratch. So I'm going to be working inside the Artistic Designer. Okay, so and my playbooks, I'm going to be working inside the Volume 2 playbook. Okay, so basically what I'm going to be doing today is trying to explore some different, I do a lot of the same types of images, so I want to kind of work with you on being able to, like I said, create an image that you can look to see what you can potentially, the different items that you can potentially make with that item. Okay, so the thing is, when you create just the right image, it has tons of possibilities. Let's go back to Artistly. Okay, it has tons of possibilities because you can not only take that image and use it, you could sell it as an individual image. You could also put it in your store, and you can make more of similar images from that image and kick off an entire clip art package with that image. So I want you to think outside the box and start before you even create, determining the products you want to be able to use with those images and then create them, because that way it's like multiple streams of income. Anytime that you can diversify and create different streams of income, then you're better off, especially in the passive environment. So, one of the tips I wanted to do, and this is going to kind of, I guess, overlap with my series on the marketing and getting your products sold and that sort of thing. But this is another thing that's really important to think about. Most of you are probably using Etsy, or you may be using another platform. So you want to start looking for other ways that you can get your products in front of eyeballs. So you may want to, I'm on Gumroad and I'm on Etsy. And those are my 2 platforms right now that I'm on. And it was really good, although I do send a lot of my own traffic to both of the platforms. I'm also making organic sales. When I say organic sales in that context, what I mean is that those platforms have their own audiences. So I'm not sending, it's the SEO and the all of that within those platforms that their patrons, their customers, or whatever are also purchasing my products. I'm not sending, people directly to those. So, when I added Gumroad, y'all, it was great because now I have 2 different sources of income coming in, and I'm getting money from both places. And that's pretty great. Now, I have a Teachers Pay Teacher store, but I have not put a lot of time into that, and I don't really have a lot of products there. So that is somewhere else that I have that I want to build a mirrored business there. And to be honest, even on Gumroad right now, mostly it's my playbooks. I don't have any of my clip art or my invitations over there, but it's still helping to bring in more income. So it is another stream of income. So that's something to think about. And I'm going to do a whole video on diversifying and how to do that, when to do that, that sort of thing coming up. So watch for that video as well. But today we're going to be working with our images and our envisioning what we're going to use our images for, because if we could use it for those things, then also the people that are in the market for our art are also going to be able to see our art in all of these different ways. So, all right, let's get started. Let's see. Let's do, I tell you what, we're going to go into Insight Factory and we'll pick something out. Let's pick something trending out. I'll just do it that way. Let's go down to the Trends Explorer, and I'll go to Clip Art. Okay, so let's just kind of quickly see if we can find a trend that we want to do, because we're also looking at things that we can create. This is cute, the My First Rodeo, but we want just the right image so that we can use it on various products. Chrome. It would be nice if we could find one that's cute. The Quirky Soul Sisters. More rodeo. That's cute. Very first birthday clip art. That's really cute. That's something we could probably work with. So let's work with this theme and let's just kind of take a look and see what's selling. See what kind of style is selling. Okay, so the I'm Wonderful. That's cute. It doesn't really look like they're having a whole lot of sales. So let's go see what else we can find. Okay. Circus Tent, Southern Boy. Christmas and Winter Frogs. Very cool. Let's go with this because I just did a whole thing in another video of frogs, so we could actually go in and see what we could do with that. So let's go with the frogs. Those are cute. No, maybe not. Christmas frogs are not selling that many. You have to be really careful, especially if you're working within Insight Factory. Sometimes it can be very misleading. So I'm just not seeing a lot of things I want to work on here. Bottom view. The floral ponies are cute. Those are really cute. Nativities are beginning to trend. Okay. That's not really, I think I'm just going to kind of go with things. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in and we are going to choose what we want to look, what we want to start with, what kind of idea we want to start with. So, oops, that's the wrong one. Not the one I wanted. Okay, so, all right, so we're going to go into the soft and dreamy aesthetic. And we are going to go into okay, so we're going to use the vintage soft focus and vintage soft focus aesthetic. Faded nostalgic tones, muted blush hues, and we're going to do a cute baby giraffe. We're going to go into here, and we're going to go back, and we're going to go into the baby and nursery clip art, and go to the fairy tale, and I think we're going to do the soft botanical designs. Now that seems like that would not work, but we're going to do it anyway. And then go here. So the baby giraffe is sitting under a delicate tree, hand drawn and isolated against a white background. Okay, so we're going to start with this just to see what we get. And I'm going to go ahead and add some other elements. So we've got the soft focus. This needs to, we're going to probably need the watercolor. Let's find an appropriate watercolor. Watercolor, let's see. We're going to need this detailed botanical watercolor because we want the florals to be, we actually want quite a bit of detail on this. We want it to be whimsical, but we're going to be shooting for, let's go. Okay, so this is not what I'm looking for. I'm going to have to change it up. We got what I asked for, but hand drawn. Okay, we need the, actually, let's go back up and see what the second one looks like first. Because we're going to be, we changed it up a little bit. Not sure why that's taking so long. Okay, so this is beginning to look kind of like what I want. I don't want all the little washes behind it, and I don't want the tree trunk to look like a, a baby giraffe. So, I mean, even though that is kind of cool. So, what I want to do is now we're going to move some things around. We're going to move the hand drawn. This is prompting, hand drawn. And then we want the detailed botanical watercolor. We want the delicate tree featuring, and then we're going to put a detailed there. Natural elements. Well, elements. There we go. Okay, and the soft focus, I think that may be a little bit not what we want. So we're going to, and I'm even going to take vintage off. Okay, hand drawn. Let's see what this gets us. Okay. Okay, while we're working on that prompting, I'm going to actually go in and show you with some of my other items how we can take these items and we can turn them into 5 products. Okay, let me go back. And we're going to download this one. I'm going to go over to Pixel Cut. Okay. So we're going to remove the background of this one. Okay, so we have the image here, and I would refine this by this up a little bit and just grabbing this that looks a little odd. Okay, done, and then we can download that one. So we've got our little image. We're going to go over here. I'm going to upload that, and as you know, I usually when I start working with a project, I'll create a folder. So I'm going to create this folder and just say Froggy went to fish. Okay. So inside this, I'm then going to upload that file so that it stays there. And I'm going to upload this one too so that we can see what we can do with it. Okay. So the first thing we can do, we can sell this just as clip art. So we can make the whole pack. We could sell this individual image, or we can then also use it as a sticker. And we could even put it inside a shape for a sticker. So let me show you how to do that. So we can go over to in Canva, we can go over to the elements and to the frames, and then we can look at all the different shaped frames. So let's just say we want to put it in a circle. Let's do this. Say we want to put this in a, well, it's not going to make it big. I'm going to have to make it big. So we want to put it in a circle. So we can go back over here to our uploads under our Froggy went to fish. And what we can do is put our little image right in that sticker. How cool is that? So now we've made a little sticker, and we can even make it a different shape. We can go back and go to those elements again and look for another cool shape. If you wanted something really funky. Well, that's the whole alphabet. We don't really want that. Let's see. Well, I'm not seeing one I like as well as just the circle right now, but they have all kinds of different frames. So let's try this one and see what it looks like just for the heck of it. Maybe a little informal little sticker. Go back to the projects and the froggy. And then we just drag it in. Now this one is not going to get everything in there, but I really like this one best. Okay, so anyway, so we have the individual image. That's one. Then we have a sticker with it. That is so cute. Okay, so next, what can we do? Okay, so we're going to take and work with a resize this page, and we're going to do 8.5 by 11. And then what we're going to do is we're going to pull this whole image in like this. Okay, so we have the image, and what we're going to do now is we're actually going to move it down like this a little bit, and then try to get a little bit more of this. We want this to be smaller. So what we're going to do, these are a couple of different techniques. We can work with it like that. We can even do it like this. And then we can edit, and we can take it over here to the magic expand, and we can do the freeform expand. Okay, so let's see. That one looks, and that one. Okay, I like this one. So we basically, it added on a little bit of top here, so we get a little bit more up there. Okay, so now let's go down a little bit. We want to go up some, and then we want to go down some. Okay. Okay, so this gives us a little bit more here behind it. So then we could put any kind of little saying here. So we could do like use this for a maybe a baby book. Like this. actually. Something like this, maybe. Maybe it's first year. We can duplicate this page. Take this off. We're going to expand this out a little bit so it's smooth edges. Okay, so another thing that we can do is we can use this as a book plate. And to do that, we just put some text in that says, this book belongs to. Okay, so how would this work? Okay, so if we were doing let's just say a baby shower, we could use this image on multiple products just by changing it up just a little bit. So we could take and, okay, we can do this. This book belongs to, and then they would write whatever name here. Okay, so we have a book plate for, let's just say, a baby shower. Okay, so what else could you use this for? So this could be used as a transfer. Let me get it where we can see it again. So this could be a transfer for a baby's shirt or whatever. So let me show you what that would look like. Let's see, mock up. T-shirt. All photos. So let's just say you made it to on a child's T-shirt. So we're going to take this kid and we're going to position it to the back, and then we're going to take our little put it on the T-shirt. You could add a name, you could do whatever. So you could sell this as a sublimation print. A sublimation design. And if you were having a party, you could also, this is something else that you could do. We're going to find some cups. Party cup mock-up. Okay, so party cup. None of those are party cups. So, this is kind of an idea too for when people are having parties. You can leave the lid off, and these bands, you can create bands to go around your solid cups. This is kind of a party idea or a way that you could encourage your buyers to be able to create their own little thing for their party. So think about this for like maybe a baby shower. Let me just a little bit bigger here so you can see it. And then we take, we can take the image, and I'm not going into the details with them as far as, so this would be really cute, to make the little bands and, have it for a party or whatever. You could actually put a kid's name, like, let's see, Jonah's first birthday. or Jonah's one. You could just put whatever on there. So you've got, and these stickers could also be used. They could personalize them and put, Jonah's turned one or whatever the message was, and then you could use the stickers as well on the cups and all. So for stickers and for cups, they can be used for sublimation print. You can also take that image, and let's go back into Artistly and let me show you what you can do with it. Okay, and we'll get back to our giraffes in just a minute. We're getting closer to what I was wanting. So we're going to go into the human stylizer. We're going to choose from, let's see. Let's go to the frogs, I think. Yeah. Let's grab my froggy that we were using in the boat. There he is. Okay, so we're going to take him, and then we're going to turn this image into a black and white line drawing coloring page. And now you could have writing on it, you could have, whatever. But this one image, I'm just showing you how you can take and modify it. So now we have a matching coloring page here that we can use, so we can download it. Go back into Canva. Go back to our folder and upload that. Let's go, and we would make that into our coloring page. And that would be for a party, or it could be for pretty much anything. And this is another way that you could add to it. Or you could, you could show how it's being done, and then you could, if you wanted to do this as a template or whatever, then you could go in and go to the effects, and then you could hollow out the name of the child. How cool is that? Because this would be cute to do. If you sell the pack, you can sell the ideas. So this is going to be that little twist that you add to some of your clip art packs. If you're a clip art person, all you have to do is go in and you can sell them on what they can do with the images. So, you can say you can convert these into, or you could actually include those. You could include these with the other images inside your pack. So that's just a way, if you want to bulk up your clip art pack, then you could also, and you mainly just want to sell clip art, you don't want to be making coloring pages and stuff like that, you could just show them the idea, of how to do it and how they can take those images and then create these other things, because how you set yourself apart is going to make the difference on whether people want to come all the way back to your store, or if they'll buy from you one time and then maybe not. So these are just some different ideas that you can use in your mock-ups and stuff like that. Or you can actually create the products. You you could actually set this up as a coloring book. So how hard would that be? Now this is not one image. This would be like a group from a whole group. But let's just say for a birthday party, they wanted to do a little coloring book. Um, you could use all of the different ones from a pack, and you could do them as set them up just as coloring book pages, or you can cut which most of the parents, that would be the simplest thing, because they could just pop the kid's name that's coming to the party on the coloring sheet like that. You could have all the different images also delivered as regular clip art. You could and you could call it a clip art party pack or something. That would be all the images they would need um, to use for a birthday party, like if they're putting together their birthday party. So they could use it to create their own invitation. They could create it for all these different things. So now that is from a consumer standpoint, a lot of people are mainly selling their clip art packs to other sellers that are then making the products. But if you can tap into both of those markets, have them available for commercial use, but then you also pick up those DIYers that don't want to buy the invitations and all the different little party things. They just want to buy the clip art and then make their own stuff. Then you're going to essentially have double the potential, 2x that potential. So now we've gone beyond the 5x. And that was just an arbitrary number because I didn't want to do 10 things, but you literally can do so many different products with the same images. So I wanted to simplify it. But anyway, so you could sell these like this, or you also could frame them out and do a whole coloring book that would be appropriate to go along with this party pack. So again, you could create, and it wouldn't be from the one image, it would be from the whole clip art pack. If you go ahead and you move beyond this image and do um, whatever your image is in a clip art pack, then you could use all of those different ones. But just for this, we've got one t-shirt. We've got this would be a cute little framed print. I'm just saying, in a little thing and in a little boy's room, that would be so cute. Like with a fishing theme in there with all sorts of fishing gear and stuff. And you could actually even put the child's name. So we could grab over here, could grab the name, and then we could use this as like a wall art thing. We would go in here and we would go back to like this. And then maybe we would even go to, let's see, moonstone. No. I'm trying to find something that would look really cute for. And you have to remember you need to use. No, that's kind of cute. Apricots. That's cute. You could even do, let's see. You could do like that. So you could play with your fonts and get just the right font. Machine. Don't see anything with fishing. Let's see, pole. And I lost my, let me go backwards. Okay. Oh, okay, no wonder. Sometimes when you're doing videos, you do crazy things. Let's see. Nautical. I don't see anything like that. Let's just down. See what we see. And you want to not use anything that has a crown beside it. You only want to use the free fonts. So now what you could do to soften this is go in and pick up a color from down here, like this softer color, like the gray or the, see what that looks like. So that's still a little bright. So let's go back in and find another one. Let's go to this dark gray. See, now that's much better. Match it to the boat. See how cool? So you have a wall art, you have a t-shirt, you have a stickers, or, and the stickers can be used for on, party things, party supplies and everything. You have a cover to do a memory book. You have a book plate. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 7 things already. So that's how that works. So let's go back into this and back into our little prompting here. And let's see if we can find, okay, so the baby giraffe is sitting under a delicate tree. Okay, so cute baby giraffe. So I'm going to go back to and we're going to go hand drawn mixed media. And instead of botanical designs, we're just going to take that out because we're really wanting to flowers isolated against a white background, but we want the colors to be real natural on this, but we also want that hand painted. So we want the wet on wet watercolor chalk hand drawn. So let's go back and see what we get now. Some of these I show you as I pull them out, and some of them just come from it. They're just by memory, my phrases from the playbook. But we want a cuter giraffe. We want it to be more hand painted. And of course, everything starts with your prompts and with those initial designs. So, okay. So now we have a weirdness here going on. So that one's not working out. So we're going to take that out, and I'm going to kind of start over with it. Okay, so enter a delicate tree featuring tree. And we've got let's go back in here and go under the drawn and sketch inspired. Let's see, doodle art. Those cool elements, but we're gonna add this to the front. Let's see what we get, because we want kind of more of the line drawing look. I'm gonna go ahead and try this. And go ahead and this. And then we're going to go back to this one right here, I'm going to grab the prompt, and then we're going to try it in one of the other illustrators, because we always do that before we give up on a prompt, just so we can see. See, now we're beginning to get, now this one is beginning to get kind of that little illustraty look. Okay, so doodle art, white background, flip art, defined edges. I'll do that again. Okay, so this one's cute. That one's getting much. We've got, okay, this one's cute. So we're beginning to get that there. This is under the artistic, and you know that this one is always just a little bit harder to get, but we're going to go in here and we're going to go under the doodle style, and we're going to do now place it and see what we get, because like I said, that's the art of artistry. Now this is the artistic designer again. Here we go. So now we're getting more of what this one has too many legs, but we're going to go under the minimalist, and we're going to try this and see what it does. It's the pure beauty of working with these prompts, and you think, oh gosh, that prompt's horrible. That's not going to do what we want to, but then we can take and use it. There we go. Bam. Now we have the cutest little image. And we can now do 4 of those. And we have a whole little clip art pack. We also have something we can use to make multiple products. This would be such a cute party invitation. Okay, so let's see here. No, those are cute. Those don't look quite as little like baby giraffes, but it's still, that's really cute. These trees though, oh my goodness, these trees. Let's see if we can just isolate the tree and take the giraffe out. Let's see. Let's just do the delicate tree, because the tree itself may be the art. I love the way those trees are done. Those would be so pretty for invitations and stuff. Huh. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that I thought I took the giraffes. Nope, maybe I didn't out of that one. Hand drawn baby giraffe. Maybe. Let's take the cute baby giraffe out here. Okay. What a funny pose. We could just get the, okay. Let's try it and see what we get over these. And then we're going to get, it's very silly. This one right here though, let's take it in. And that's a froggy one, so we're not going to do, well, we'll just put it in there just for the heck of it. Upload a file so I can keep it apart from other things. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to draw him in there. And we could edit it out. Now we can remove the background. Did that really remove the background? Let's see. Yep. Okay. And then we could use the magic eraser, and if we wanted to erase all of this, we could erase this and get it away from the... It's right on top of his head, so we could break this down. So cute. So now we have something that could be used for a... You could use it for wall art in a baby's room. So you could, let's see, let's take and do Amelia. Let's take it and let's make Amelia rounded a little bit. Let's Amelia. And make Amelia bigger. And let's, there we go, Amelia. Now, in order to kind of soften it so it's not so terribly, we could do Amelia in one of these colors. Probably this one. So now we have a cute piece of wall art. That's our first design. We're going to duplicate it. And then we're going to, I'm going to copy this. Copy it. And paste it. Okay. Then I'm going to take this and put it inside there. And we're going to, just so you can see what it would look like, we could then take and put the name here, and there would be this, we could make an actual, okay, let's duplicate, no, I don't want to duplicate that. Well, we've got to pull it in. Okay, so position backward. There we go. Okay, so we have Amelia. Then we can actually duplicate this page, and you know what this would be so cute as a decoupage thing. You know, they could use it to decoupage and make one of those, put it on a round circle, decoupage it, you know, just like it is with the name and everything. And then up here, you would have like a bow. Let's go to elements and see how that would look. Let's see, round wood sun. Let's try this. Background, remove it. Let's try putting it like this. And let's move it to the back. And then see what it would look like. That is precious. Now, I don't know how you'd get it on there. You'd have to use sublimation, I think, to get that on there. And then this would have to be changed to a different color. Maybe like that. Or the green doesn't show up. Maybe do the black. That's really cute. And you could even put it like that. Or actually, you could take him and move him down just a teensy tiny bit. Or let's see. Let's take this off, and then we could put it like that. Then put this back up here. We can make him a teensy tiny smaller. Like I said, this would be more like a sublimation design that you would sublimate onto a blank. But this would be so cute because you could do it for and we want a bow. Let's see, orange. See if we can find an orange bow that's cute. This would be cute. So that would be cute. So like I said, you could play with the ideas, but this would be something that you could make with a product you could make. If you have a sublimation set up and everything, then that's what you could do. So we've gone way over my 5 images, but I was just trying to, or 5 products, but I was just trying to show you some things you could do with this one. Okay, so let's go back to this one, and we're going to duplicate the page. Then I'm going to go over here to my projects, and I'm going to go to the folders and go to folder to this one, and I'm going to go to product templates, and then we're going to go to this one, and I'm going to load this as a new page, and then I'm just going to grab the, going to ungroup, and okay, so that's not important. I'm going to go grab this, and I'm going to bring it right here, and then we're going to go. So anyway, we're going to put this we would go back over here and go to our text is turning turning 1, and we would put that in maybe the green. It's turning 1. And 1 we would change to this. Amelia's turning 1. Okay, so Amelia's turning 1. And then what we're going to do is we're going to offset this a little bit. We want him like this. And that. And then the flowers there. Okay, so Amelia's turning 1. That's cute. And then we would go back and get all of this information. Group it, and we could pull it right into here. And place that there, and then just say, join us for all the join us for the fun. And we can actually put that up there. So I think we're going to put this down here and put this up here. Join us for all the fun. Amelia is turning 1. Now that just happens to rhyme. They'd have to work with it, but what a cute card. Or what a cute invitation. And yeah, that's very cute. And just a nudge over, and a nudge over, and a little nudge over. And there we go. So you've got a really cute invitation from that same single image. And so you also could use that same single image for creating some of these same things. Like you could do a super cute, let's get a little girl. Let's go to the elements. And let's find a little girl t-shirt mock-up. So we want a cute little girl. Those don't look like she's turning 1. Baby. Let's do mock-up baby. Let's say instead of onesie, mock-up baby. Okay, so let's see. Let's try this one. I'm just going to put it on this page right here. So could do a onesie for the party. Okay, so really we just need this image right here. Copy. Put copy and paste. Okay, so we can put this. We would make the whole thing up before we put it on there, but we could just put, that would be so cute for the party. And with this, we could just say, I'm 1. But the giraffes are so cute because they kind of look like the shape. And you just pick out what font you want, like maybe this one. I'm 1 is cute, or have it match the invitations. Either way, go to effects, go down to 1, and you'd want to just give it a little curve. I'm 1. And again, you may want to soften the, maybe that. That's either this one. The I'm 1 like that is cute. Let's zoom out and see. I'm one. Would be adorable. So that's another product that you can do. You can do the sublimation print to match, to go with that. There are just so many different things, and I just want to open your minds to realizing that what you're creating can be used for so much more than probably what you're using it for. You can make multiple designs instead of worrying about just a clip art pack. Then you can take that clip art and you can branch off of it with all these different designs, and it helps to um, give you multiple potential ways to sell that product. So it's just a good thing to do. Just like me diversifying to Gumroad, every different thing that you do helps you grow your business. So this is an easy way because, like I said, you get one really cool image that you can work with. Maybe you don't put this particular one in your pack. Maybe you also have a matching. Let's go back inside and just let me see. Okay, so if we were to go back into, okay, Artistly went funny for me a minute. Okay, so if we were to go back in here and instead of a giraffe, we said a baby monkey is sitting under a tree, or we said a baby lion cub. So we may have different animals that are kind of look the same, made with the same style. And maybe we include those in a pack, but then we hold out, the particular one that we want to market ourselves. Okay, so somewhere I still have a giraffe somewhere in there. Now, this one, I don't know why it's making the tree into the animal. I'm a little confused about that. So let's just see. Okay, baby giraffe. So we need to remove the baby giraffe and put baby lion cub and remove the soft botanical design. Because what it did was it gave the botanical design, it's putting it on the tree. Which is really funny. I see this would work. We have our cub and we have the same kind of look that we had before, so we can remove that off the top of it. We could also just generate some more. So there's lots of places to go with this concept. We're into concepting now, because making beautiful art is not all of it. You have to plan the beautiful art. Okay, so these are cute. See, all of these are cute. This one especially is cute. So then, you could use these in a little pack with the animals under the trees with that style. So this way we would put a baby monkey. See what we get with it. And baby monkey. The monkey is not a cub. Now we could take this, and I'm just going to grab this, copy, and go back up to version 5, paste it here, and get an idea do high quality and see what it does, what kind of treatment, how it treats it. See how cute? So now we have the monkey here. So I'm curious to see how much in pixel cut that is how much it's going to remove of the background. So let's just take this in and see if it takes all of it. Nope, but it did very well though. Very cute image. Very cute image. So these would do really clean. So let's go back into, okay. So that shows you the difference between using this. This is in regular version 5. So this particular prompt just does very much better inside inside the AI Illustrator. And this one is using, I believe, the minimalist. Yeah, the minimalist. So if we went back into that doodle style, let's look and see what we get. And if we go back into the maybe we do the digital watercolor inspired digital and see what that looks like. And then, so this one is the doodle style. I don't like it quite as well. This one is the watercolor inspired digital design, and it's not what I would be looking for. Now the tree is great. So we see that the tree and the botanicals, then that would be really pretty with that. I don't like the treatment of the little lion cub. So we can also go here into this dreamy, whoops, not that one, into the dreamy style and see what that gives us. Then we just pick which style we like and we make our pack from that. Okay, so I don't know, I don't care for it for this, but this tree is great. If we could isolate and get the cub out of the picture. So shh, sorry. This is great. Look at this image. So we have stumbled upon another version of this prompt that gives us something amazing. This is so pretty, and this would be so cute to use. Let's regenerate a few of those. And I'm sorry, my puppies are not happy. So what we could use these trees for that would be really cool. Those are just really pretty. Well, I'm trying to look at them bigger, but it's not letting me do that. Let's go back here and let's just, there we go. I just like the detail a lot. These are just really pretty trees. So that would be a really neat thing to add. Those are so pretty. Yep, those will make some really pretty additions to a clip art pack. Very, very nice. Very nice. Okay. Thank you for watching the video, and I want to remind you about the AI Artist Playbooks. They're what I have been using to do this video and do the create the prompts with. And they have tons of different word banks, phrase banks, textures, all the things you need to create your own unique prompts and elevate your prompting and your image creation with AI. You can purchase those on Etsy and on Gumroad. If you are in the EU, you will have to purchase through Gumroad, and I do currently have a discount coupon, and it's Summer 50. And if you're buying through Etsy, the discounted prices will already, if there's a current sale, be applied to, and there'll be a sale price. You don't have to use a code. And as far as the playbooks go, the Junk Journal edition is only available on Gumroad. It's not available on Etsy anymore. And so, if you don't have Artistly and you've just been watching the videos and you like what you see, there's no time like the present to jump right in. You'll have a lot of fun with it. There are many, many different creators inside Artistly. My videos sometimes cover one, sometimes they cover multiple designers inside Artistly. But if you're thinking about buying it, I would appreciate it if you'd use my affiliate link. It's located down in the description, and it does not cost you anything more to use it. You can even use the coupon codes that the company releases occasionally floating around out there. I think they do have a 10% or something going right now, but it may be more. I don't know when you're watching this. So check around and see if there's a coupon code you can apply, and you can help me out, save some money too. I have a Facebook group that is free to join, and I also have a weekly newsletter that is also free to get, and it just has lots of ideas on how to create, how to market your products, all those sort of neat digital product creator things. So that information and those links are also in the description. So you're welcome to join those. I even have a VIP program for anybody. Well, not program. It's a group. It's a Facebook group, but it is a VIP. So once you purchase, then you qualify to belong to that group if you'd like to join it. If you have any trouble making those, the link is actually in the playbooks. So for that VIP group, or if for some reason you can't find it, just send me a message or a comment or something, and I will help you find out how to get into that group if you've purchased one of the playbooks. And until next time, happy creating.